Hey, John here. Here's lick of the day number 123. This is an aggressive pentatonic picking run. As usual, I'm gonna play it once slowly and then break it down. After breakdown, I'm gonna share some practice advice that you can apply to this one and pretty much anything else you're working on. So we start here on the 20th fret of the B string. Alright, so this one is based on the D minor pentatonic scale. I'm going to use mainly, actually all of it's going to be 3-note per string positions. And we started on the 20th fret, G note. We're going to bend it up to the A note, so the 4th to the 5th. And we hit the A note on this string, so that's the 17th fret. Then we have 20 and 22. And rhythmically, this is going to be an 8th note, and then 2 16th notes, so sort of the gallop rhythm. So why I'm saying that is because this note will be on the beat again, and then it's going to be 4 notes per foot stomp, basically. So after this point, we're going to go down 22, 20, 17, and then we have 20, 18, and then 22, 20, 18. So we got 3 notes, and then we have 5 notes. Shift down to the 13th fret, 15th fret, and we go 15, 18, 20, and then back again. And then we're going to do the same 5-note pattern that we did here, but using 14, 17, and 19. And if anything feels confusing, you have a link to the tabs in the description below. And you also saw a tab thing pop up in the beginning of the video. But anyway, so we got, then we shift down again to 12, and now we have 12, 14, 17. And then another 5-note pattern here, starting on 15. So we go 15, 12, 17, 15, 12. So, and then we shift down to 10. But now we're gonna add some passing notes here. So we're gonna go, because now we're basically in the D minor pentatonic day 1 position here. So we're just gonna fill in the gap here. So we're gonna go 10, 11, 12, and then back again. So another group of 5 really, just way less stretchy. And then we're gonna do the same shape on the A string, but go 12, 11, 10, and then end up here on the 8th fret. So, and this bend here is important, so you don't want to go anything like that. You want to go a quarter bend, and it should be, you should always be in motion here, because as soon as you stop, it's gonna sound like shit. So you need to be in motion until you hit this note. So never stop this bend, it should be in motion the whole time, because if I don't do that, listen to this. Sounds really bad, right? But if I keep going, as long as there's some motion, your ear is going to accept it. It's kind of like if I want to go from this note to that note, I can go. That works because I'm on my way the whole time, even though most of the time I'm actually out of tune, right? But as long as I hit the right note at the ending, I'm good. So practice-wise here, work on each group individually. Right, and you don't need to do it that frantically. You take one at a time and then basically spend more time on the one that you have trouble with. One thing you can try though is to play the whole thing after you've done it in sections, but play the whole thing, but work on accents. So what I mean by that is that in this case, we're gonna do it, since it's 4 notes per beat, we can accent each one of each beat, the second 16th, the third, and the fourth. So that will basically take you through all the notes in the whole lick and you get to hear them more clearly. So it's going to be way easier to find and correct mistakes. So by doing this here, then I will skip the first part, because it's kind of basically this one is going to take up 2 16th notes anyway, and then you have these two, so you don't really need to do those, I think. So we'll start from this note, so you're on the beat. Then you just count yourself through it. So you go like this. So first we're going to accent the 1. So you go 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1. And do the same thing with 2. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2, and so on. And if you saw my foot here, I'm still on 1, so the foot should always be on the beat, even though you're accenting 2 or 3 or 4. So that's important. And basically what happens here, you get something what I call the spotlight effect, and that's your brain sort of forced to focus on whatever note you're accenting, and that's how you can catch all these tiny mistakes that you might not catch otherwise. Because if you listen to someone who plays really fast, but they're a bit sloppy, it's a bit off. If they've been practicing a lot with a metronome, and they, you know, what a lot of people say, like, oh, you need to accent the downbeat the whole time. They tend to nail the first note on the beat, but the other, if you play sixes, for example, so the first note tends to be all right, but then the other 5 can be, you know, very hit and miss. And I think that's because of this effect where you're so focused on one note, so you're going to nail that. But then the other notes, you won't hear them as clearly, because anything on the beat, whether you're accented or not, will stick out a bit more. But doing it this way and really accenting all the notes, you're gonna catch everything.